Alright, next Kyoryuger review set. Time for the Pteranodon. I hate pronouncing these names. Someone always corrects me no matter how I say it. And this one, Ptera Gordon? No, that can't be it. Gordon? Pteragordon or Pteragord... Screw it. Your name is Gordon. Get ready to be reviewed, Gordon. The Sixth Ranger's always the favorite child of Bandai's toy designers, isn't he? And to further prove it, let's look at Kyoryu Gold's Juden Ryu Gordon the Pteranodon, because I'm not chancing the literal Japanese pronunciation of that name. In Dino mode, the wingspan is huge at 19 inches wide, and he's not thinned out to make that size. This is a bulky, heavy toy. It's cast in mostly black plastic and heavily painted in metallic gold, which looks brilliant here. The metallic blue lightning bolt accents also work really well. For molding, there's a ton of straight grooves all over the wings, in front and back, as well as some panel details sculpted in. In particular, I really like the huge tubes going through his wings and into the huge screws, bolts, I don't know, the big secured hinge thing. Another detail I like are the lightning bolts on the side of the head. Reminds me of something I'd see on the combining robot dinosaurs I grew up with. The head is also one of the few parts molded in gray plastic, but the heavy gold paint holds it together. Like the blazing red eyes, too. Speaking of, if you get sick of seeing them, or you want your Thunderbird a bit more evil, the visor lowers down to mimic its first appearance in the show, which I'm really glad they included. Only real downside? No place to hide the robot head. I don't care how many panels you cover up the face with, he still looks like a hunchback with this thing sticking up. Play-wise, that's about it. No articulation outside of the mouth, but we do have a sound effect button. First to turn on, then to the button. Press it to hear its roar. But when you hold the button, you'll be surprised to hear his main attack noise. Clever way to get more use out of a single button. There's also the Beast battery, of course, number 6 in this case, with the same flip and glow-in-the-dark trick as the others. Inserting it activates all the sounds you'd expect. Also, just to be clear, the toy can't tell what battery is in it right now. It does that for any of them. This changes the sounds the button will bring out too, but before that, we need to get him transformed. The process is pretty simple, and has this very minor part of part forming where you rip him in half. Bit excessive, maybe? They couldn't hinge those legs down? Regardless, it's a pretty painless mode change. Straighten the legs, fold down the wings, shove the dino head back, and reveal the face of the robot. Really, that's all there is to it. Transformed, he is now Pteraiden-oh, a name I can pronounce. At 11 inches tall, it's a pretty healthy size for a toy robot. Most details were visible in Dino mode, so there's not a lot of new stuff to talk about, though the grooves that were molded in make a lot more sense in this mode, where most run the same direction now. Also, details like the spines on top of the shoulders stand out here better. The toy also does a good job of handling its bulk, succeeding in looking both sleek and powerful. Though the dino feet sticking out of his thighs is a bit weird. We do get to see the face now, which is a nice design. Overall, a very armored look, which kind of fits Kyoryu Gold's theme. Once again, the visor is retained, so he can be evil if you so choose to walk the dark side. Articulation-wise, it's the Sentai standard. Horizontal shoulders only. I do like some of the weapons that are built in, though. Aside from the claws off the fists, there's the wing blades that can fold down as well, so there's play options. Which reminds me, you know how I said the battery changes the button sounds? Look, admit it, without the loud music these toys play, it's just not right. For other features, extending the wings back out exposes sockets for connecting arm-forming Juden Ryu. Here we have Pteraiden-oh Western, with arms that are exceptionally bulky for this toy. The toy's robust enough to handle the weight though, always a good sign. There's no buttons inside the sockets, so this is visual only, but it's always nice to have combination options. Which reminds me, we have one left, don't we? So back to Dino mode so we can see the main event. All you have to do to get him ready is remove the head and fold down some extra tabs to connect to Kyoryujin. Just snap it into place on the back, relocate the tail to the rear, and drop his new helmet on. And behold, Raiden Kyoryujin. And let's be honest, he doesn't look that different, does he? The helmet helps, and that works. I do like how it looks. The trick to wing pack combinations, though, is unless the wingspan is huge, it's hard to see the changes since they're all behind the toy. Also, that's all they could do with the tail? I don't know. It's just kind of underwhelming. Maybe some music would help. Let's try holding that button down with the battery installed. Okay, sounds awesome. Still barely see the changes. He needs a new chest plate or something, doesn't he? Oh well, it's play variety. I mean, at least it's more than the old Falcon Zord did, right? So that's Pteraiden-oh. Very solid on his own, with some good combination options, even if the last is a little dull. Still, there's a lot for it to do, and it's always nice to have a place for more of your dinos to combine to, making it a worthy addition to a Kyoryuger collection. Now, if we can work on a name that I can say with an English tongue, I'd be all out of complaints for this guy.